Well, Mother Nature decided that she was going to finally cooperate, and so we're finally here at Miners for the first week of Trailhead Talks. Now, what actually is quote unquote Trailhead Talk? Well, that is the main topic of this week, and a reoccurring one in that we will cover where is the riding around here this week. Although unfortunately we don't get to showcase the trails at all because it's still a little bit snowy out here, as you can see. Mother Nature hasn't entirely cooperated. Then we'll just do some talking. So Miners Park was recently built. It was all of the biking trails in here were built within the past 2 years. There were some very rough trails beforehand that were mainly used in the winter for snowshoeing.
Everybody, editing Peter here. I don't know why, but I forgot to mention that Miners has a lot of loops of cross-country ski trails in the winter, which are perfect for hiking or even some more casual biking in the summer. They're all double track, so a lot wider. They're usually mowed. Some of them have chips on them, so then they're a little bit easier to hike. Don't know why. I completely forgot to mention that. Um, Sorry.
Those trails are still around, but mainly have gotten replaced with smooth machine-built single track. So if you're into that kind of stuff with a little bit of elevation, then this is the perfect place for you. The other main advantage to it is that it is right in the heart of town. It is only a couple minutes from downtown and it's right in the heart of the city, so just about anywhere can get to it with ease. So a little about me for those of you who are new. I'm Peter. I am the social media and general marketing guy at Hobby Wheel. So everything from store layout to all the stuff that you guys have been seeing if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, as well as now this is going to be up on YouTube and potentially Spotify if you're listening there. Well, welcome. And a couple other little notes about me. I ride this beast here, my Rocky Mountain Altitude A70 Coil. It's my enduro bike. I'm racing in a couple enduros this year, so if you guys are around at a couple, not all, of the Lake State's Gravity Series events, then you might spot me there racing on this guy for Hobby Wheel, of course. So now, with Mother Nature not cooperating as much as she has, weather has been a big topic around this year. Now, naturally, some of you may have known that this was supposed to be, our first episode was supposed to be last week, and now it wasn't. It is instead today, Monday, that you will be seeing this, or whenever you read or see this afterwards. And that means that Mother Nature didn't decide to cooperate with us. And unfortunately, sometimes that's just what happens. We had a big snowstorm on a recording day, and due to business of the week, that was the only day we were able to record. But this week, Mother Nature has blessed us with actually warm weather. I have my sweatshirt pulled up, and basically clear skies. We got no clouds in sight, but we still have some snow. So trail conditions are still a little bit damp. Not necessarily riding yet. Fat bikes might be a little bit out of season. Might be just a little bit too soft, too slushy for those. Might cause some damage to the trails. So unfortunately, riding report for this week is that we still aren't riding, but that will be coming in the soon weeks. So now on to news for this week. Specialized has released the Epic 8 and Epic 8 Evo. At this point, this is a couple weeks old news, so some of you, most of you probably, have heard about this already, but it's just making this week's episode because we didn't have one last week. So they've basically taken the Epic that you know and love for all of your XC needs, from racing to the quote-unquote downcountry category that they've started to create, and they've made it more aggressive, more updated, and more modern. They've taken the Epic that you know, they've added some travel to it. The Epic has 120 millimeters of travel front and rear, so for those of you that don't know, basically that means it puts it in the downcountry category, where it is just a little bit shorter than a full-size trail bike. And for reference, the Stump Jumper currently is, I believe, 140 all around. Then the Epic 8 Evo has 130 120. So 130 in the front, 120 in the rear. So a little bit more. The main differences is that the Evo gets slacker, as well as that longer travel I mentioned, as well as being a little bit burlier. The main difference is a standard Epic 8 is going to be more of a race bike. It's going to be built for speed and efficiency. May sacrifice a little bit on downs and just in terms of not necessarily fun, but fun going down. And then the Evo obviously slacks out, has more travel, and is a lot better on going downhill. Now, not to say Epic 8 is not at the going downhill. With the XC scene evolving as we've seen it, you need travel, very much so, with some of the features that they're putting into these courses. And Epic 8 and the Epic 8 Evo have just evolved to match that need. And so that just about wraps up this week. This week being the first week, we are not going to be having any sort of fan response this week. So for future weeks now, if you want to leave any feedback, comments, or even something that you want to hear from us, then you can leave it in the comments on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. And we will search through all of those when we create the one for next week. We will read through some of the best or all, depending on how many we get, of the comments, and we will respond, answer, whatever you want us to do to your comment, and those will be featured in next week. But that is all for now. Remember, keep adventuring and always keep riding your bike.